Over the last 20 or so years, a lot of the trees, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say we putt on these greens every single day and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering in North America, but one of the great courses in golf.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Frank, what do you see here on this approach shot at number one?
There's a little bit of doubt because of the semi-blindness down the hill. If you can just up again. So that means if you play your second shot a little too far short, chances are it will not make the green. Once you get on the first 5 or 6 yards of this green, then it all tends to slope towards the back of the green. It's a tough second shot to get right.
-1 in the early going. On the tee, ready to go.
I'm loving that balance.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that positive attitude.
So here we are at the third hole, par 4, again, 428 yards. Frank, have you ever seen anything quite like the bunkering that we have here on the left side of this hole?
No, the church pews, they're famous, obviously, for Oakmont, and they have that tendency to drag your eye to that left side. Really, you hit anything that you can get off on the fairway off this tee, whether it's a long iron, I don't care what it is. If you want to try and hit driver down there, well, good luck, because this really is about the second shot. Somehow avoid that trouble there so you've got a second shot.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. Ricky over the putt for par.
Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Just a shade over par, +1.
Here now with the par 5 fourth at Oakmont, 609 yards in length. Good, par 5.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Let's see what Ricky Fowler can come up with here on the approach. Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. See what Ricky Fowler does with this putt.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Not what he had in mind when he stepped to the tee, but it would be just one drop shot. This for bogey. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round.
We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging, even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
He'd settle for par here.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good par.
Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
Tough break. Two over for the day.
All set here at the par 4-7. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just be able to squeeze it past.
Frank, what's the player looking at here with the approach shot at the par 4-7?
The second part of the second shot just goes a little bit downhill, and once again you see that little ski slope look just short of that green. It means you really have to pitch the ball on the front third of the green. Anything further than that, you risk the ball running left into those bunkers.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Looks like he just misread that. Fowler has this for par. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Just a couple of feet. Not his best effort right there. That's a bogey, and now 3 over.
Frank, the par 3 8th, it will take a player's very best strike.
Yeah, it's not often you see the odd driver come out of the bag, but when a hole can be stretched out to close to 300 yards, and everybody in the field needs some heavy artillery. It's a big, long par 3. Green does feed a little bit to the left, but at that distance, no hole is easy.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot. It's no snack, though.
Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. And getting ready for the putt. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey.
Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Frank, high-level players are never terribly disappointed to play from the fringe, and that's where this ball has ended up.
Yeah, it could have been better, it could have been worse, but in the end, you just get nothing much you can do about it now. A couple of choices coming up.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round.
Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances, and the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. You're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill. It plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Second shot now for Ricky Fowler.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That's a good shot right there, about 10 feet away. He'll have a good chance. Ricky can pick up a shot right here. Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
Good roll. Frank, it's only 379 yards, a par 4. You thinking birdie here at the 11th?
You would think for that distance, no. So more often than not, we see players hitting out of the right rough. And back in 1994, this is where the playoff finished with Lauren Roberts and Ernie Els.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
Has this now for bogey.
Oh, that was nasty.
That's an outrage right there. I mean, if there's a high commission of golfdom, we need to consult them right now, because it's just simply not fair, Frank. It's not.
I think the people above are frowning and the people below.
Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot.